He say, basement, boxing tall. You know I'm a warrior, right? Fuck that, I'm a champion. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. I'm feeling cocky. I hit a thing to beat the ring, a boof up like I'm Rocky. ASAP, any opponent think they can stop me. I stay strapped, chop tryna learn my moves so you can copy. You gotta give it your all. Gotta give it your all. When you're back against the wall. When you're back against the wall. When you the one people call. When you the one people call. To keep greatness involved. To keep greatness involved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect.
It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. And it's fight night. It's fight night, ladies and gentlemen. We've been waiting for this up and coming fight, September the 13th, for a minute. Salute to my good brother, Sir Ken is in the building. Salute, good brother. I see you here early. Salute, good brother. Salute. And everybody that's in the chat. I'm gonna give my co-host a little time to get on the show. But like I say, it's his fight week, fight day, fight night. Terrence Crawford versus at 168 for undisputed at 168. Can it be done? Will it be done? I'd like to hear from everybody in the chat. Will it be done? Can it be done? This is at the very most Terrence Crawford's biggest fight of his career. And at the very most, I wouldn't say this was Canelo's biggest fight of his career, but this is one of Canelo's biggest fights of his career. But I believe this fight plays a major effect on Canelo's career after this fight, after tonight. And when I'm saying that is, if Bud wins tonight and beats Canelo Alvarez, Canelo's already lined up for a fight in March. I think he got 2 more fights with Turkey. So this is going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be kind of interesting. I'm definitely rooting for Bud. But it's going to be very interesting and technical with this fight. We got a couple people in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. This Basement Boxing Talk. Waiting on my co-host, Black Star Sports, to come in. And we get the show started up. I'll be sitting there talking about that. And everybody putting their thoughts on their mind about the Canelo Alvarez and Crawford fight. We got Kalen Walsh versus Fernando Vargas Jr. as the co-main event. 10-round super welterweight. Salute to my good brother Bruce Gas in the building. He say Bud gonna break his hand when he punches the walking fire hydrant. You call him the walking fire hydrant, huh, Bruce? Yeah, the walking fire hydrant. We got Kellen Wash versus Fernando Vargas Jr. Which I kind of have my doubts on that one. Fernando Vargas Jr. He's been coming up. I believe he's been match made well. This fight right here can really be a real live challenge for Fernando Vargas Jr. And right now, I'm undecided on that fight, but I'm leaning more towards Walsh. We got Christian Meagley versus Lester Martinez at Trail Ground Fight interim for the WBC super middleweight title. That should be a good one too. Also on the undercard, we got Brandon Adams versus Boacek, and this is part 2 of their mission. We also got Jermaine Franklin on the table, and I think one of the very first prelim cards, we got Steven Nelson out of Terrence Crawford in them camp. What you guys think about the weigh-in yesterday? Was you guys excited? I was excited. It was packed, and I was excited. We got to see how both fighters looked after the weight was made. And at the ceremonial weigh-in, it looked to me like Bud was rehydrating. He was already rehydrating. Both of them they both look different from when the original weigh-in took effect. I could see they both was rehydrating. But we in for a good one. We in for a good one. The press conference was live. I mean, everything building up to this fight is exactly what we needed it to be. It's what we needed to be. Now all we need for this fight to be judged properly. For this fight to be judged properly and let the best man win. It was even talks. They even had Shakur. They even had Shakur and T.O. up there. And they was doing some announcing, and they was going back and forth. And then that's a fight that we also talked about here too, Shakur and T.O. And I can't wait for Black Star to come in because I really want to hear his opinion on what happened yesterday with Shakur and T.O. incident. And them talking trash to each other. But yeah, back to the weigh-in. They both came in. Canelo came in at 167.5. Bud came in at the same thing. My peoples, tell me how you feel about it. Me personally, I'm not no boxing expert. I just like to talk boxing. I like to watch boxing. And I was saying before the fight, when this fight first got made, that I would love for Bud to come in a little bit underweight. And the reason why I was saying I wanted Bud to come in just a tad bit underweight is because of the rehydration. And I want Bud to be able to still be able to perform in round 10 and 11 as if it was round 1, 2. That's the Bud Crawford that I need. That's the Bud Crawford that the people need for this win. Who's going for Crawford? Bud Crawford needs for him to win. We've seen a lot of people get green with Canelo, and Canelo doesn't care if he hits you to the body, he hits you to the arm, elbow, whatever. He's there to wear you. If you go into deeper rounds, the worse it is for you. And my point with that is, if Bud can stay to the later rounds, I feel it's the opposite effect. If Bud can keep up the same momentum or just keep climbing the hill, if he can just keep climbing that hill in the later rounds, Canelo's in for it. He's in for it. He's in for it right on that. Well, we know Boots is not Bud Crawford, but I guess he can bring. It was good for him to bring Boots in, maybe for the switch hitting, maybe for a little bit of the speed. But I believe Boots might be faster than Terrence Crawford. I believe Boots might be faster than him. But all the preparation, all the work has been done. Today is fight night. I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait. We got big things going down. Big things going down. Anybody want to give me your opinions on the fight? Who you guys got? You'll put up a 1 for Terrence Crawford. Put a 2 up for Canelo Alvarez. Man, it's I want to see one-sided on this, man. But it's like, man, bro, we seen this before. The blueprint is laid out for Terrence Crawford. The blueprint laid out. The blueprint is already laid out. We seen Floyd Mayweather outbox Canelo Alvarez. We seen Lara lose a fight. It was a controversial fight against Canelo Alvarez. It was a controversial decision. We seen Austin Trout, who lost to Canelo Alvarez, but he boxed a hell of a fight. We seen Triple G. Triple G won. I believe in my heart I had Triple G winning that fight. Bivol versus Canelo. We seen it also too. So from my point of perspective of this, Bud is gonna have to box, move around the ring. We all know Canelo's bad at cutting off the ring. He's terrible at cutting off the ring. He don't like to chase guys. And I'm not saying if I was Terrence Crawford, I'll make him chase me, but I would sit up here and I will move. I wouldn't be saturated. I wouldn't sit up there and be right in front of Canelo for him just to hit me. Canelo gonna have to move. Sir Kenny say, for me at this point, it's about which fighter shows up, who wants it more by pushing their game plan. That's also true. That's also true. It's also it's like you said, it's about who perfects their game plan the best and who can make adjustments on the fly. It's so funny, man, that we got Terrence Crawford taking this fight. 2 years ago, this fight was being talked about with Earl Spence, man. This fight was being talked about for Earl Spence. They was talking about Earl Spence beat Bud. He can go and fight Canelo, come up and wait and fight Canelo. It's funny how the tables turn, man. Crawford went in there and handled his business, did what he had to do against Earl Spence. And I could see it, man. It's like Bud glowing, man. It's like he glowing. He glowing. He got a glow on him. Salute, salute, salute. Salute. Thank you for joining the show. Subscribe to the channel. Come back, share, like. Yeah. So the key to the key to victories, to the victory for Bud for me is the box, not stay stashed in Canelo's face, move around, keep it moving, work the jab, make Canelo reset. Make Canelo reset. Because Canelo's, he's sort of like Pacquiao. He got to get in a rhythm. And if the rhythm is thrown off by the jab or whatever it's thrown off by, if the rhythm is thrown off, he got to reset. And Canelo don't like reset. And he gets frustrated. Okay. You say you think Bud wins the fight. Okay. Well, that's what we talking about. How do you think Bud wins the fight? One knock for Crawford. He never fought a 168-pounder. That's true. That's true, sir, Ken. My knock for Canelo is he's not successful against these type fighters. Right. And that's why I say the blueprint has already been written for Bud Crawford. You take a little bit of this, you take a little bit from here, take a little bit from there, put your gumbo on it, make your own sauce. Here you got a game plan. A lot of people making a big factor of Crawford moving up 2 weight classes, but it's not like this hasn't been done before. It's been done. It's been done. It's somebody on the card right now that they're trying to bring up 2 weight classes to fight, but it's not being mentioned because it's not quote unquote that fight. So I agree with Sir Ken, Bud hasn't fought at 68, but Bud spars with big guys in his camp. They got big guys, Steven Nelson. They got bigger guys in there. I believe Bud and them did the proper work. I don't believe they took any shortcuts, left any stone unturned. I believe it is what it is. Canelo, I believe he trained for the best that he can see. This is going to be a remarkable fight. For me personally, if I was a betting man, it's certain ways I had to go about that. Because he said Bud is incredible. Appreciate that, yeah. Bud is. Some people think he's a Superman. Okay, Sir Ken, I appreciate you for coming through, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah. So I believe a draw would not be far-fetched. I believe a draw wouldn't be far-fetched. I believe a draw would not be far-fetched on this fight. It seems that Turkey's already got something lined up for Canelo already in March, another fight. And with that being said, Canelo having another fight already lined up. In order for me personally thinking, in order for Bud, for the judges to get a fight to Bud, he has to go out there and straight mop Canelo on some Earl Spence, Mikey Garcia type shit. Or get the knockdown. He got to get a knockdown. He got to get a knockdown. Man, because if we go back, Cash for Holmes, Crawford getting that work tonight. And that work tonight buying a bit more than he can chew. Okay. So you got Canelo. Okay, Cash from Holmes. Why do you have Canelo? You saying the Bud biting off a little more than he can chew? Why do you have Canelo? Tell me that. Why do you got Canelo? Type it in the chat. Why do you got Canelo, Cash for Holmes? Okay. So you head out to DraftKings in a few hours, put some money down on it. Yeah. Like I'm saying, remember the Floyd fight? Remember the Floyd and Canelo fight? To me, I had it 11-1. I think I had Floyd lose maybe one round, if that. Floyd didn't win that unanimous decision. One judge had it a draw. And I only gave Canelo one round. And Floyd was the face of boxing then. Now Canelo is the face of boxing. Bud is the pound for pound. He wins, he's the face of boxing. So them the things that got me worried going into this fight. Yes, I want Bud to win, but I know how Vegas gets. I know how these scorecards get. You say Bud is the face of boxing? Okay. Well, we could say that. Bud the face of boxing, and we say Canelo's the cash cow. I believe, man, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Hold on. Yeah. So he said, my bad. Bud is the face of boxing right now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm American. Yeah, I'm American. I'm African American. Why you say that? I'm right here. Yeah, I'm African American. But what I'm saying is this fight is gonna be, it's I wish I knew the judges already. I wish I knew the judges so I could have did my homework and understood maybe the method of what type of method these judges they use for the fight, or could knew previous fights that these judges have judged. But I'm slacking on my homework. I don't know that right now. If Bud was to win, he said, hold on. Oh yeah. And Dale said, I'm gonna call you Double A, so I don't mispronounce your name wrong. Double A say, sorry, brother. Crawford's gonna win this fight. Hey, Double A, how do you see the fight? How do you see the fight laying out? You can say, I know you're saying Crawford winning. Do you got Crawford winning by knockout? Do you got him winning by decision? What's your takes on it? I want to get people in the chat. I want to get their takes on the fight. I could see the later rounds, Terrence Crawford tiring Canelo out. I could see that. We got two undefeated fighters who never touched the canvas before. Will one of them touch the canvas today? Oh yeah, I'm betting my bread. I'm definitely betting my bread. Check my check my background. We do that. We do that. I was just sitting here talking to the audience. And want to know you guys' opinion on the fight. What do you think the keys to victory is? Shout out Autism. Shout out Autism Boy. What's good, bro? What's good? Glad to see you come back, man. Glad to see you back, man. Glad to see you back. Man, you sitting here talking Canelo and Terrence Crawford. And I'm just going over some key pointers to the fight. Crawford, he needs to stay away from that left hook. He needs to stay away from the left hook. And I'm wondering, in this fight, will Crawford come out southpaw or would he come out orthodox? Because if Crawford's coming out southpaw, I might be a little bit worried about him getting his jab back and keeping the phone on the hook. Because Canelo's gonna throw that left hook. He's gonna be throwing that left hook. Brother, Double A says, sorry, brother, but Crawford is too skilled, better than Canelo. Yes, I agree. I agree. I believe Canelo is I believe Canelo is in the down stages of his career. And we got my good brother Black Star Sports TV in the building. Good, bro.
Hey, bro, what's going on, man? Sorry about that, man. Yeah, I got a call there from my mother. Just keep her in the prayers, everybody. I appreciate y'all. If y'all would, I appreciate that. But
everything okay?
Yeah, I'm here now, man. Where we at now?
Okay. We was just chopping up. We was talking Canelo Crawford. I kind of told everybody I was kind of waiting on you, so I just started talking Canelo Crawford. And
yeah, man.
keys to victory. What's your keys to the victory for Canelo, and what's your keys to victory for Crawford? What's your thoughts on the fight?
Well, as far as Canelo, uh, the fight for him is going to be consistency. If he can get to Bud and land 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, consistently, 3 here, 2 there, 4 here, 5 there, like that, the way he can build on it and build momentum, I think the fight favors him. But if Bud is able to do like he did against Errol, Earl couldn't get no more than 2 punches, and he was already. It was just like, and that's the trick and the secret to the movement. And if you watch the Bivol fight, Bivol was the same way, but Bivol also had another trick in there, and this is something else that Bud may possibly can do, because Bud is stronger than I thought, So I had to reevaluate that now. But just like Bivol would take Canelo and he would push Canelo back. Look at Canelo in that damn 8th round and stuff. Canelo looked like he was totally lost. He was standing back like okay, now how do I fight like this? Because he wanted to change everything, because he was getting dominated. The bully was getting out bullied, and he didn't know what to do. He was totally uncomfortable in that fight. And if you can get him going back on his back foot, and if he's not able to be flat-footed and coming forward with the steam on him, because the first thing he's going to do, because he don't even have to see you, he can put his head down and just, all he got to do is line you up and shoot those shots. But if he can't get it there, and if he can't be consistent, and he has to hit one, and then, I got to find him again. Then I got to find him again. He don't like that. That frustrates him. Fight go out of the way on that one for him. But if he can sustain him, keep him lined up, and 3, 4 shots here, 3, 4 shots there, where he can really, get them wide shots in. It'd be hard for Bud then. But I'm just feeling like, after hearing everybody talking about it and everything, man, it done got me hyped up for the fight. I really wasn't as hyped up before, but now, man, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for this fight tonight, man. I'm on this. So I'm getting that big fight feeling. And I would like to see. I think the best thing for boxing is for Bud to win. I think it draws the most excitement.
AP. He said, Bud. He said, but don't trust me, brother. Bud is not untouchable. We know Bud's not untouchable. We know Bud is not untouchable. I'm not saying Bud is a superhero. I'm not saying that. To some people, he might think. Some people, he might feel he's a superhero. To some people, he is a superhero. But one thing I can say, if you've been watching my show, and I got to go back and, man, listen, bro, I give Bo Mack and I give Bud Crawford all the props in the world, because, man, they stopped my man Earl Spence, man. They stopped my man. And, man, and listen, shout out to Earl Spence, but, man, that right there, Bud proved to me he was on another level.
Yeah.
I was a Bud fan, but at that particular time, I had to pick a side. I picked a side and I wrote it. And I was
we
wrong.
all got suckered into that one. It was so much hype to that fight. And we
Hey, William, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second, William. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. But what I'm saying is, I was going off of some of the competition that Bud had fought. And I was kind of saying, okay, man, maybe them guys was kind of outdated. But then one thing stayed in my mind was, from the minute this man hit 147, he knocked everybody out. He stopped everybody.
Yeah, he did.
And when I seen how easy he made it look on Earl Spence, bro, it was like, man, my man didn't really have to break a sweat.
Yeah. And
so with that being said, bro, hey, listen. Hey, I've seen the work he put in. I know Canelo. I know what Canelo is about. But it's not like we haven't seen the blueprint, like I keep saying, and I've been saying all day for the last 35 minutes that the show has been going on, that the blueprint is there. Yeah. We haven't seen the blueprint written for Bud Crawford.
Now,
but we have seen the blueprint written.
Yeah. Got a question for you. If Bud wins tonight, is he the greatest weight bully of all time?
Yeah, one of them. One of them.
Yeah. Next
one
to who?
Because and the reason why I sit up there, shout out to William, bro. Hold on. William said Bud is choosing his gloves. He said it doesn't matter. It's all the same anyway. Yeah, you're right. I seen that. I did see that, William. I did see that. Here we go. You don't know boxing talk. LOL. Always somebody on. Been watching boxers for 20 years. Hey man, I ain't go against nothing you said, William. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I ain't go nothing.
He's talking about, I think, Augustus Pelobello. I think that's who he was talking about. Yeah, but but you know, okay. It's been a lot of crazy stuff talked and you know, the press conferences and stuff like that about everything and how you know, they told her outright lie to her. They said, oh yes, salute to you. But they
said he got that 200 plus 875 for Bud for KO. Okay, that's good. Hey,
KO.
You got 200 on that. Yeah,
man. Boy, he daring to be great. He remind me of that
lunatic. What? Since you putting money on Bud for the stoppage, bro. What round do you think the KO gonna come in?
Man. See, because that's the thing, Bud and them angles, man. He was working that like magic on Earl. Earl looked so pedestrian, you know. 11th.
He said 11th.
Damn, that's gonna be a hell of a fight if he go all the way to 11th with it like that. Damn, though, you know, I mean, if it happened, man,
it's crazy because
yeah. Dang, because 11th, man, you know, because Canelo has a tendency to get tired. Maybe if it comes to that, man, you know,
bro. Listen, when he just said the 11th round, the first thing came to my mind was the Bivol fight. Come round 5 or 6, if you watch that fight, Canelo started turning red. Because he was mad, he couldn't get up, he couldn't get behind the jab of Bivol.
And he was disrespectful with it too. He ain't give a damn. And that's what
I was saying on the show earlier. Like, man, the blueprint has been written for Canelo. One of the key things to beating Canelo is a strong jab.
Yeah.
Because Canelo got to reset. He got to reset. Yeah, and he don't like that. If you punching with him, he don't like that.
No.
He don't like that. And
that's why I was mad with Jamel, because Jamel could have did better. He got a pretty damn good jab. He didn't put no faith into it. You know, he probably would have got knocked out anyway. But shit, man, go for it. You know, you went through all that to get here. You're here now. Do something.
No disrespect to Jamel, but I believe Jamel went in there wanting to win. I believe when Jamel, I listen to this. I believe it was like this, and this is the difference. I believe that Jamel went in that fight with the intentions to win, but I think they went in that fight with the wrong game plan. I believe they had the wrong game plan from the giddy up. I didn't approve of Mel bulking up as big as he did. You feel me? I would have liked, and like I said before, I would have loved Terrence Crawford to come in this fight at a lower weight than he came in too. But he didn't.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, he definitely did, man. And you know, it's just like you could see it in him. Like even when he took that knee that time, it's like he was in a little
And
trouble.
that's what I want. That's what I'm saying, bro. When I believe when Mel felt Canelo's power,
he punked
it
out.
was like right. If that's what you want to use them words, you feel me? I believe he was like, you know what? Before I be made a meme,
yeah.
let me look good losing.
But you know, it's sad to see it because you know that might very well be the way that it ended. You could be absolutely right, but I feel like to me, you cheat yourself because if you go out there and you know, and if you'd have just stayed in there with them straight punches with him in an exchange, I mean, you're a pretty good puncher and accurate. You know, if you hit him in the right spot at the right time, you might change the whole fight. But you don't give yourself a chance. Yeah, that's true. But you know,
At the end of the day, listen. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I can just envision this shit, bro. You in there. This guy hitting like a bull.
Yeah.
Now you like, damn. Okay, everything that my A, B, and C ain't working. A, B, and C ain't working. I don't even think they had a D. I don't even think they had a D plan. So A, B, and C ain't working. This man hitting like a bull. He ain't stopping. I'm bigger than him, but he's pushing me backwards.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to get fucked up?
Yeah.
Or do I want to cruise up out of this shit? Or do I want to cruise up out of this shit and goddamn enjoy myself spending some of this money?
Well, he definitely did that.
Do I go to sleep? Do I go to sleep? Be in the hospital for a while and the money. You feel me? Man. That's why I say, bro. But it's different with Bud, bro, because I see something different in his eyes, man. I see something different in his eyes, man. This man ain't coming. He's not coming for no check.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The numbers I heard, man, he could have been fighting for way more.
Yeah, I heard he only getting 10 mil, man, out of that. And they had the nerve
that's what I'm saying.
That one guy? The one guy, the big guy that got the boxing channel, Showbiz. He talking about Bud looks scared. Talking about Bud looks scared. Man, what the hell is you looking at? That man didn't look scared. He didn't look scared at all.
I ain't gonna lie. Neither one of them look scared. Neither one of them. They look like they ready. They look like they ready, bro. I believe we in for some shit. And that's why I keep saying I believe this fight might be a draw.
Well, man, wow. But you know, Canelo done called. He done called a knockout. He said they ain't going past 6. He'll never do that, you know. And so now, with that being said, I gotta hold him to it. You know, you got every advantage in the world. If you don't go out there and do it, it's an L for you, brother. I'm sorry.
That's disrespectful as fuck.
That's an L. You gonna call that with all that and don't do nothing with that? No, man. And I think what it should do, if it did come out something like that, it should be pressure immediately put on him to fight David Benavidez. Because to me, and I'm gonna say this right now, I don't think his undisputed is undisputed because there is a dispute. He ain't fought David Benavidez. He waited till David Benavidez got robbed by the WBC, and then he float on in there. Oh, I want undisputed now. Hey, Dave, won't you go to 75? We'll give you a title shot. I mean, everybody was working for that. That's the stuff I don't like, man. And that's why I can't root for a guy that got that much support from the power structure. You know, no fighter should be above the game, and the game should go a certain way for everybody. You know, you done made it to the top of there should be some perks, but to the way that they do it and to this degree now, man, it's like it's just overdone. You know, how can you slip in, you get all the 168, and then this guy here who was the baddest man at 68, he get totally shunned out. We're not gonna fight him, we're not gonna make him fight you. Nobody's gonna pull for that fight, and that's the biggest fight at 168, but yet he can run around. I'm two-time 168. Nah, man, because you beat William Skull. Was that what you trying to tell me?
Right.
Come on, man. I don't like that. That's moving funny. Move. You should have more honor about yourself. Nah, man, I gotta get him. He the top dog up there.
So I believe they stripped Canelo for the IBF.
Yeah, for some corny. I forget what it was about.
I guess for night fighting the mandatory. Then that's how he was able to get undisputed back again. I don't know. Since you're saying that, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not discrediting Bud, so this is why I'm asking this question. And Bud, anybody out there, don't get offended. Bud is saying he'll be the first 3-time undisputed champion.
No,
but am I right or wrong? Hold on. Isn't Alexander Usyk 3-time undisputed champion?
3-time? What? Was he twice at cruiserweight?
Once. Came up here, and then he lost the belt. Then he just won. He lost. He got undisputed at heavyweight. Got stripped of a belt. Came back and won a belt back again.
Wait a minute. Did he? Okay, hold on. So he was undisputed twice at heavyweight.
Yep.
Then damn, I think you got one that slipped through everybody there. Then.
I mean, if you go to the zone, or you go to the zone, or they talk so heavily about this.
Yeah, they do.
Now, my understanding is maybe Bud saying I'm the first to be a 3-division undisputed world champion.
Yeah. Now that is true in the 4-belt area, but I mean we know that whatchamacallit, he had done that. He actually got robbed. He should have had 4.
Right.
Oh man, now his name is, I can't believe it. One of the greatest fighters ever to have in my mind. See, that's what happened when you see so many fights. You got fight overload.
Right.
Yeah, man. But you know, I just think that it's exciting there. But I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to this Mbelly guy. This Mbelly and Lester Martinez, man. To me.
Hey, I was trying to tell the show a little bit about that earlier.
Man, I think that right there, considering if all things is proven to be right, the way the majority feel like the fight gonna go, then this will have the ability, the possibility of being the best fight of the night. And probably, and it looks to me like they're trying to set it up so that if Canelo wins this, he fights this guy next, Mbelly, if Mbelly beats Lester Martinez. And I don't know a lot about the guy. I seen the guy fight some. He looked like he's pretty decent. He looks the part, you know, but you know, he ain't been at that level yet, you know. So can we really say,
right,
you know? But it looked like they lining him up for that, because I know it's either him or Hamza Shiraz. Man, me and them names. You know, I know Turkey wants him, but you got him on the under of this one. You usually do that to set up your next big one. They already trying to throw the rematch out, but hell, man, I mean, the way that the promotion is going now and the way the fan base has been divided, Bud has a lot more support than I thought he was going to get in this fight. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, and after we did to my boy Earl, man, I'm like,
he even had Mexican fans. He even had Mexican fans.
Yeah, you do. And I'm looking like, damn, how he do that? You know, but the excitement level is up here. I'm ready for it. Yes, indeed. Yeah. I'm ready for that fight tonight, man. But I'm also looking forward to that Christian and Billy and Lester Martinez fight as well. Ain't one of Vargas's fight tonight too? One of the
Yeah,
Vargas
Fernando Vargas Jr.
sons. Yeah, they need to. It's time for them to take a step, man.
Yeah, Junior.
This stuff what they doing, man. They should already be up in
Hey,
the mix. Their daddy
yeah.
was a hell of a fighter. They got the makings of a hell of a fighter, but they just ain't went through the right challenges yet to get the all of the accolades of doing it. They keep waiting.
I
Man.
believe, man. I believe Top Rank was kind of moving. Top Rank was moving them kind of slow, man.
Yeah, too slow. In my opinion, I don't know. It might be the best thing for them. Maybe they see something we don't see. But shit, with the type of bread that's out here now, they better catch that turkey out of seed train while they can. Because if he mess around, pull out, boy, the game gonna come way down. See, that's the thing too with UFC
Glad
guy.
you said that. I got a question for you. Okay,
All right.
listen. The show about to take a little turn real quick. Did you see? Shout out to Sean from Fight Hype. Did you see when Sean asked Dana White about what they were doing about trying to go to court? They got lawsuits right now, and they was trying to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act.
Ali Act, yeah. They didn't want to talk about that. He didn't want to talk. Oh, set up an interview with me later, and you can ask me and this and all that. He didn't like that at all. See, he trying to do some cruddy stuff though, man. And I don't like him. I don't like him for boxing.
And
UFC fighters, yeah.
And that's why I like when Canelo cut Max Kellerman off.
David. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, man.
Bruce said every time Fernando stepped up, he got put down.
Bruce to the joint. What's going on, Bruce, man? All right, man.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Bruce, if you got time, man, you should jump up on here with us, man. We ain't chopped it up in too many days. Yeah, man. Yeah, but that's true, man. But they gotta kind of move that along. But the whole thing with damn, what is the guy that owns UFC? I keep forgetting
Dana White.
Dana White, yeah. I don't like this guy having nothing to do with boxing, man, because I think he got bad intentions. See,
man,
it was ruined so long before. We need him in boxing. We got where you can get the best fighting the best. Yeah, best fighting the best for peanuts ain't gonna make it. It's not, because if you think about it right now, and I'm glad Canelo said what he said at the press conference when Max Kellerman was up there, trying to glaze him up. Oh, he made the UFC and the UFC. Yeah, UFC right over here in San Antonio. Yeah. And I always say, Basement, I always say that's one of the biggest gripes I had with boxing. They need to move it around. Every big fight don't got to be in Vegas, man. I mean, it's overdone. Look at the crowd. Why you think Buzz fans can't come? Because you got to fight all the way over there, and you got to spend all this money just to get there, to spend some more money just to get in. Then you got to be able to go back home. Come on, man. But UFC, they right here in San Antonio. I can go down the street. Hey, go on there. I can see who's the big star. The stars are falling off the tree in the UFC. Ain't nobody is big like that in Ngannou and them guys like that. They don't got that no more. They're trying to hope for the next big guy to come up, i.e. he over here in boxing now, because he ain't got it over there. And everybody who was a big deal in the UFC, what they do? They crossed over here, had to come see the boys in boxing. Why? To get paid. To get paid. And yeah, that's what you do this for. You don't do this for nothing else. This is prize fighting. I'm trying to beat somebody's ass, but I'm trying to get paid. I want to get rich. These couple 100,000 here. Oh, so what? I give a performance of the night benefit, a bonus. So what? Shoot, you hear about them talking about Canelo getting $150 million for this fight tonight? Come on, man, and you ain't in there with David Benavidez? Why that? That's
Bro,
that's that's crazy to me. And you a straight duck. And I'm gonna call him that till he fight the man. He keep talking about, I don't turn down. No, you don't turn down a lot of smoke over the years, Canelo. No. We don't do that. Not here. No. You turn the smoke down, I'm putting the light on you. But we don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like no champion ducking smoke. Yeah, I mean, he's a hell of a champ and everything like that, but he can't say that, because he's guaranteed money regardless. There's no fight he gonna have where he gonna get underpaid and he ain't gonna get a decent amount of money. He is set for life. He don't have to worry about nothing. So his runaway is clear to be as great as he wants to be. And he should have been for David Benavidez. And that's not good for boxing that you have a guy that's out there. And he told him, oh, yeah, what you have to do is make up so you fight some of them guys. Well, he did. He beat all of them. He beaten all of them. Getting ready to bite. Now, what if he didn't already beat Vodzik? If he beats Bivol and Beterbiev, he would have never had to fight Canelo, in my opinion. Because you already beat a guy that already beat the dog shit out of Canelo. And not only just him, the 3 top guys at 175 if he run the gamut. I mean, anybody even talking about that part, man? Because I mean, and this is what he's doing on his own. Why are we still talking about Canelo like he's so great and he this and all that? He should have went back and got that damn Bivol smoke, man. Talking about he was too big, but then he said, "Well, I'll come fight you at 168 for your undisputed." Nah, I don't wanna. Come on, man. Where your heart at? Where's all this I was born ready shit at? Where that's at? That's time it kicks in. And boxing should have put pressure on him to make that fight happen because that was the biggest fight in boxing all the way across the board. And how, these other people who run boxing allow this to happen is unreal. Yes, indeed, man. Autism boy. Salute to you, man. Autism boy.
Salute. Yes, subscribe to my guy, Bruce Gas.
Yeah, boxing, jazz, and boxing. More.
Yeah, he's a boxing historian, bro. Salute to him and go follow him. He can take you up on all the old time fights. All the old time fights.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, listen. I understand what you're saying about Bivol, right? And yeah. The only thing is, I didn't like Bivol going down, trying to go down to 168. I didn't want to see that, and I'm glad we didn't get that. I didn't want to see that.
He was willing.
I didn't want to see that.
He was willing. I know,
and
I can appreciate
the reason why because Bivol has not fought at 68 in over 10 years.
Yeah. But he wanted to prove to everybody, I beat Canelo. I can beat Canelo anyway, and that's the part I like about it. But for another guy to talk all that trash,
stand your ground at 75, bro.
Yeah, they should have made him have to go back and fight him up there because you can't sit here and tell me you lose to Bivol, but you beat Kovalev. Come on, man. Come on. And we done talked about that for so many times, but that Kovalev fight, man. Something wrong that fight, man.
It was different.
Something wrong. Kovalev don't know how to jab no more. Ooh.
Kovalev was coming out for 2 big fights with Andre Ward.
Yeah, he just fought Anthony Yard. And that was a damn good fight with Anthony Yard. And they was going life and death in that fight.
And some way, somehow, I ain't gonna say Kovalev took a dive, but he didn't fight like the Kovalev we knew.
Oh, he took a dive. I always felt that. I don't feel no reservation in saying so. Even the knockout didn't look right. I'm like, come on, man. If you've seen Bivol be able to just manhandle Canelo, God damn well, Kovalev can push this man all through the ring and just could have pinned him in the corner and just kept hitting him on top of his head. He could have put a paw on his shoulder and just hit him on top of till he go all the way to the ground. Ain't no way, man. Crushing Kovalev, man. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. That fight was fixed. They tried so hard to get him that they was trying to outbid the Anthony Yard fight to snatch him out of that fight. They had to have him at that time. And then they said, well, if you come back, we're going to put this money on you. I'm like, then they paid him $12 million, more money than they pay any of his other competitions because they just had to get him on there. I was like, man, this don't. Then when he first got out there and I saw them jabs,
$12 million.
Kovalev got 12 for that fight.
And they only give him Bud 10 for this?
Yeah, they gave him 12 because that's what I'm saying. He got a little extra cheese for that. Yeah, man. Canelo is not that strong, man.
Okay, so this is my thing. This is my thing. If Bud only getting 10 for this fight, where was the advantage of dealing with Turkey?
Well, that's the minimum guarantee. I'm pretty sure it's probably some other money or something. Maybe they working it out, but at the same time, he wanted to be able to. He wants to be able to claim that to beat Canelo. So he's doing it for more than just the money. But man, I don't know. It's crazy to me, And they had to do that in order to get Canelo to fight somebody, And those are things I don't like about it because at this point, boxing been so good to him. He don't, this selfish thing. I don't like that, man. I don't like that in any fighter. Ain't no other fighter has been able to do that, man. And you can't criticize Floyd because Floyd picked was a guy that everybody thought had a chance to beat him when they fought him. The crowd, their fan base did. So that's different. Canelo can't say that. He fought a bunch of guys. This guy coming up 2 weights. This guy coming up 1. This guy fighting over there. This guy was over here. He fighting across the water. He didn't have the same thing, And I mean, no matter how they shake it out, I'm not saying that the man ain't a good fighter, but the way you're moving about, I mean, we gotta put a light on it, man. You got to move a certain way. Look at Roy Jones. Roy Jones fought everybody.
Salute.
Yes,
he said he took a dive. And you also called out Andre Ward got smoked by crushing the first. Whoa, EGOD.
Yeah, EGOD and drunk some crazy Kool-Aid.
Ward lost that first fight. Hey, we gonna have to spin the corner and come back to you on that one, bro.
Yeah, we got to pin that one up there. We need to discuss this thing. We might have to pull it up here one Saturday and just go over the whole fight.
Right.
If God come through.
Watch the fight live. Watch the fight again live in front of everybody.
Yeah,
and score it round by round.
Exactly. That could be, but that fight there, it made me mad because Kovalev act like he didn't know how to throw a jab, man.
Yeah.
In that fight, man, he wasn't even trying to. It's like he was out there trying to teach his younger brother how to box. I'm gonna do this little stuff right here. Well, you guys say we retired. Yeah, well, you entitled to your opinion, bro. But that fight look suspect as a motherfucker. And I've been watching fights since the fucking early 70s, buddy. I ain't just start watching fights. I've been watching this shit a long time. I done forgot more fights than you done seen, buddy. Know that. But you come on back. We'll go through it, and then you voice your opinion, brother.
Don't leave. He said we sound retarded. Talk to me. Talk to us, EGOD. Come talk to us. Come up on stage. Come up on stage. I want to know how we sound retarded.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because
all we basically was saying was Kovalev was not the same Kovalev when he fought Canelo than he was when he fought Andre Ward and prior other fighters. That's all we saying.
I mean, just the Anthony Yard fight. I mean, that was a hell of a fight. That fight went back and forth
right before Canelo, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then they snatched him so fast and made him hurry up and go through a short camp and jump right back in the ring to fight Canelo. Like that fight just had to happen. Canelo had other suitors he could have fought. He could have circled back, but for some reason it was a lot. It had to be Kovalev for some reason. And then when I see Kovalev throw the jab, I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, is he what he trying to do? Is he trying to hurt him, or is he just want to touch his shoulder or something? That ain't how you jab. I mean, you can feel how you want to feel about it, man. But to me, nah, shit ain't look right. Canelo don't. I mean, Kovalev didn't fight like that, man. Kovalev can fucking fight, and that if that fight looked like the damn Anthony Yard fight, I'd have a whole different perspective. But it wasn't that way. When you seen every punch you saw him throw to Anthony Yard, he looked like he tried to kill Anthony Yard. But when he fought Canelo, he was like, "Hey, buddy, we ain't friends in here." Bivol didn't go in there and was friendly with him. Bivol went in there and said, "Fuck all that shit everybody else talking about. I'ma beat your ass." And he bah, 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 bah. So bad that Canelo didn't know what to do, man. Canelo was standing in the ring and around like, okay, let me try to do some of that Floyd shit. That's not you, buddy. That's not you. When a motherfucker beat you out your style, and then you don't rematch him. But you supposed to be, I'm the best and nobody can beat this Canelo. Well, this Canelo need to fight every damn body then. That's what you need to do, buddy. That's all we asking. You win, that's fine. You won, I'm gonna give you your flowers. But if the shit looks suspect, man, I'm calling it. My flag gonna play. This some bullshit right here. This dude ain't trying to do nothing over there. That's all I'm saying.
For this to be such a huge fight in boxing history.
Yeah.
I don't think the undercard is living up to it.
It could have been a little better. But like I say, that in Billy's Lester Martinez got a little something on it. Got a little something on it. They could have put some other people on, man.
Shout out. Before I forget too, shout out to Jahel Hackett with his win.
Man.
He fought Thursday night.
Yeah, buddy.
The beginning of the Vegas trip. Beginning of this trip. Yeah, Jahel Hackett got a third round stoppage.
Yeah, buddy.
Shout out to Jahel Hackett. And I special shout out to Jahel Hackett because Jahel Hackett was one of the very first interviews I ever did on my podcast. So shout out to Jahel Hackett, man, on his win.
Hey, moving on up, man. Moving on up. Yes, sir. The lunatic libertarian. I knew Bivol was beating Canelo. You knew that? Hey, man. Yeah. I tell you, that was something. I learned a lot about Bivol in that fight right there. Bivol did not care. But you gotta have that when you fight him. And that's what Bud gotta have tonight. You can't have no restrictions and respecting him. You can't do none of that. You got to go in there and you got to give it to this motherfucker. You if you don't, your ass in trouble. You got to at least go in there and try, man, and that's why I get mad with Jamel because, just try, man. Ain't no shame in getting knocked out, man. You go out there and do your best, Happen to everybody one time.
But see, listen to this. That's the difference between boxing when we came up and boxing now. When we came up, it wasn't social media like that. It wasn't, you feel me? So you got YouTube, you got TikTok, you got all these social media. And bro, I believe with the young generation, and the reason why I'm saying this because I have heard younger boxers say this: "You're not gonna make me a meme."
Yeah, they get scared. Even Tank Davis, my biggest fear is losing. Come on, man. You gotta take a risk out here to be great, though. And I can
big, what's that big body Miss Mari?
Bud's gloves look suspect.
Miss Mary. Oh, my bad. Big body Miss Mary. She said gloves look suspect. Okay, tell us about the gloves. What looks suspect about the gloves?
Yeah, I seen him put them on, but I didn't get to really look at them. But I know in past
The
fights
purple
they have.
joints, the purple joints, the purple ones.
Said Buzz.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I agree with you, Lunatic. Buzz strength and IQ will show tonight. It will.
Yeah,
It will.
And that strength was one of the key reasons why he beat Earl the way that he did.
I don't doubt Buzz strength.
Yeah.
Not what the only this is the only one of the only things I hope that I hope Bud can do is carry the weight 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Perform like you supposed to perform because I mean we done seen it time and time before. Okay, Kel Plant. He was to me, he was up on the cards on Canelo. First 6 rounds. He was up.
Yeah. He
come the 7th round. It was a whole different Caleb Plant.
He stopped moving and then got hit. And
his gas tank wasn't there, bro.
And that's always been his MO, you know, the gas tank, and then he get caught with something. And that's what happened in that fight. And I mean, you know, hey, that's the way it goes. But people don't really it's what I hate is when people go back and look at their fight and they don't give Caleb his flowers for that. You know, he didn't win, but look what he did for when he was in there. You know, not just anybody gonna go in there and do Canelo like that, you know. So it should be something to that. Everybody, you know, just you remember back in the day when we coming up in the neighborhood, man, and you got your bullies and you got your regular cats. And the main thing for getting your respect on the streets ain't even about winning. It's about the fact that if somebody come over there and they fuck with you, you gonna have smoke for them without hesitation. You got a certain level of respect walking around these places. You can hold your head up high. But if you're a guy that's ducking and dodging and ain't trying to get to the smoke when everybody bringing it to you, you ain't getting none of that. That was more of what it was like coming up in those days as opposed to now. Because you might fight a motherfucker 3-4 times. He might beat you 3 times. But that 4th time, you clip his ass 1 time, and ain't nobody gonna forget it. They gonna say, man, yeah, he beat him, but shit. At one time when they went around there over there in front of that motherfucker 7-Eleven, you don't want to fight him near the 7-Eleven. You know, it be like that. And then, you know, you get your respect. Fighters in today's age has to put more respect on that. You know, that's only gonna make iron sharpen iron and make everybody better fighters than doing that. Cause look in the UK. I mean, hell, you got fucking
what? Hold on.
What's going on? What's that? Black man gets put in a dress and doesn't know. He ain't supposed to know how to act. Ain't no black man supposed to be in no dress. What are you talking about, EGOT?
EGOT said black man doesn't know how to act.
I don't know, man. I don't know what that one he got. The lunatic libertarian. I called around Bud with Stop Spence. Well, you was a damn fortune teller because I didn't see it.
Around like a Bud Stop Spence.
Yeah. Hey, more power to you. I hope you put some money on it because I swear to God, I didn't see it. I ain't never been so wrong in my life. But I admit I was wrong. I was wrong like a motherfucker. But
you going in and out a little bit, Black.
I'm going in. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Oh, it looked like it done froze. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, you went out for a second.
Okay, I'm good now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, man. Dang, I forgot what I just said too.
Yeah, you good. She said y'all didn't see he used different gloves than the ones that were inspected by David. Well,
yeah. In that fight, in that David Avanesian fight. Yeah, they even busted in the ring,
bro.
They busted a hole in the ring.
Okay, hold on. Now listen to this. Listen to this big body. Now look at this. I know in that David Avanesian fight, the gloves, I think he was Postman trying some new gloves. I am not an expert on gloves, but are you telling me you different gloves? I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the gloves that were inspected for the David Avanesian fight. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah. Remember that?
But I
Remember
did
they
notice that
ripped out.
during the fight, the gloves did bust.
Yeah,
I
they
do
ripped
know
open.
that.
Yeah. So that's highly unusual that happened.
Right.
So I
I remember
can
that. I remember that.
kind
It
of
was a
feel on
6
that.
round.
Feel him on that on that part. Yeah,
You
but
you're right. You're
yeah.
right. You're right. You're right on one. You're right on that one. Now I did see a clip where you're going in and out, Black Sport. You're going in and out.
Okay, hold on. What is happening here? Let's see.
You
I
there?
don't know.
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me? I don't know what's happening.
No.
Can you hear me now?
Be back. Yeah, I can hear you.
You can? Okay.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I
I
hear you.
don't know what's happening. Yeah, Lunatic Libertarian said they won money. Yeah, you won money on that. How much money did you win on that?
We were talking about the gloves. Yeah, so post the receipt. Post the receipt.
Hey, if you knew the round that Earl Bud was gonna be Earl in, I take my hat off to you. I ain't got one on, but I take it off to you because I sure ain't see it. But my biggest thing was the strength issue. I thought he wasn't as big and he wasn't going to be as strong. And that was going to play a big factor in what was going on. And that Earl would get on him and put that pressure and get him in there and go to work on him. But Earl was never able to do that. And that's what I'm saying in this fight tonight. If you know, and knowing that power, and he seems pretty solid. And even when he fought Madrimov, you know, that still was it was still in there. You know, say he got hit a few times, but hell, everybody gonna get hit. You ain't gonna go outside while it's raining and miss all the raindrops. You're gonna get hit. But tonight he got an opportunity to do something, man. And then to seeing how many people have came over to the Bud side, I'm like, hey man, you know, that don't happen often. Yeah, that don't happen often. But I was wrong. I was and I was hurt about that for a good minute. Like, how the hell I didn't see that? How he do, you know, and just looking at it over and over. And that's the thing about it. He don't move around like people consider moving around or running. He's very strategic in it. He'll step back a couple inches. He might move to the left a couple, to the right. And then you got to also keep in hand, he got them extremely long arms. So he can hit you from an angle you can't hit him at, and he in close range. And he a master of that. That's where his greatness lies. Because if he catch you in there like that, that's why I say Canelo can be in there and he could be going to the town and sending bombs from Baghdad back to Botswana. But if he throw one of them damn things and he punch under that and he hit him right on the chin or right in the sweet spot, man, who knows what can happen? And that's to anybody. That ain't even got nothing pertaining to any one particular person. It's just a general thing in fighting the fight game. You know, hell, a little child can catch you on the chin and knock your ass out. Right. You ain't paying attention. You know? They say take 5 pounds of pressure to break your nose. Little kid hit you, bam. Oh man, my nose bleeding. You know, so
yeah.
That's the thing I think everybody's considering tonight now. Will that come out like that? Hey, man. And that's what the whole thing about the fight tonight is about, man, is knowing that, hey, something like that could actually happen. And I'm rooting for it more. And the fact is I like to see it for boxing because that will be a great thing to happen to so-called people who are casuals or UFC fans or whatever be the case, to hear or see that and go, wow, man, this guy was able to do that, you know. One thing I give Bud credit for, and I always will, is his work ethic. You know, the guy's a hard worker. He put in that. And I love grinders like that. You know, so that's one of the reasons why I did like Bud, but I just picked Earl over him. That's the only time I picked against him. But that was the only time. And I was so sure Earl had that fight, man. But hey, what can you say?
Right.
I was wrong, boss.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
T.O. and Shakur, we might be getting it, bro.
Man.
We might be getting it.
I hope so. I hope so. But you know what I think of T.O. You know, T.O., you know, yeah, them loose lips sink ship. If I say it right, loose lips sink ship. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but yeah, it's a good fight. But the only reason he wants to fight Shakur is because Shakur is smaller than him coming up in a lower weight class, and he trying to bring him up. But he don't want to go to 47, and he don't want to fight
But you
Hitchinson,
see,
and he don't want to
you
fight
see what he
Russell.
said last night. Did you see what he said last night?
What's that?
Did you see what he said last night?
I don't know. Well, I heard him say a few things, but he didn't say anything I thought was major.
Man, he told Shakur, man, you choose the weight.
Huh? Talking some trash, is he? All right, all right. Hey, I don't think he can beat Shakur though. I think they
No,
can make
no.
an interesting fight, but he can't beat Shakur, man. If you look in his eyes, he don't have no confidence in himself. He get the slightest adversity that he experienced in there. I mean, he was even looking at the interviewers, Max Kellerman and them, like when they start to say something, he looking at them like, "What you trying to say? You trying to say I ain't good?" And then Max try to turn what he's saying into something positive for him. Then you see him light up a little bit. Man, he destroyed mentally. His head is not all in there. That's why he ain't gonna fight nobody like Devin Haney. Devin Haney, but see, he lucky Devin ain't got none of that a little bit of stuff like myself, because I'd have slapped shit out of him every time I seen him. I ain't gonna, all that shit he talking, man, all them years they been going back and forth like that, man, I'll make him look so bad every time. Every time he see me, he be going the other way. They be saying, man, yeah, he's exiting the building. Why? Oh, you know why. Here come Devin Haney. Because I'm gonna fuck with him everywhere he go. I'm gonna put the pressure on his ass. Nah, fuck all that. You talk that shit. Nah, man. No. But you said that day though. Remember? You had said. Remember? These
Yes,
guys is
sir.
not like that, man. They need to be some dogs like that don't mind kicking up some sand on some of these cats, man. Because they got this guy running around talking reckless. Ryan Garcia running around here now, and then I saw Devin give him a pound the other day. And I'm saying, man, I shake my head at Devin on that, man. Ain't no way, man. This motherfucker cheated you, and something he could have killed you in that fight. You don't know what weight he came in that fight at, and then you don't
Right.
know what he had in his system, and you can clearly see it's a difference between that fight and the Rolly fight. But he ain't talking about fighting no Rolly. But now he want the rematch with him. He want the rematch with him because he missed
Yes,
all
most
that.
definitely.
He missed all the accolades he got for that. Oh yeah. But got to keep him clean, man. Oh no, I know I want to talk about. Somebody got to talk to me. Somebody got to bring me up to speed because I'm not understanding. How in the hell did Jaime Manguia get out of that dirty drug test? How he get out of it?
Hey,
And they said that
hey.
they say it was contaminated. They just gonna say it's contaminated and let him off the hook. They just gonna say it. Nah, man. Nah. It's something crazy with that. Something crazy with that, man. Cause
Sir Ken was good.
Sir,
Said
oh
he's
man,
back.
there he is, Sir Ken. What it is, brother? All right now. Good to see you, my man. Hope everything going well. Yes, indeed.
Lunatic said that's Charlo when he
You see
see
Kyler
KO
playing.
playing.
Hey, ain't it though? He was doing that punk shit. He sure was. He should have been the main one. And like what he doing now? But they are talking about Jamel and Earl.
Hey, I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought it. It's a perfect time in the show. For all y'all who don't know, I'm gonna bring y'all back up to speed. Jamel went on Instagram, social media, and he posted a lion with a shark biting a shark. Then he posted a lion biting a boot, a Tim boot. Then he just goes on a rant. Now, I want to get your insight. Yo. I want to get your insight on this. These are two guys that were just former stablemates out of the same gym with Derrick James. Earl Spence cut ties with Derrick James. Apparently, Jamel Charlo cut ties with him. I know Frank Martin cut ties with him. But this is two guys that were calling themselves brothers. Now, are they fighting each other for the money? Is this for the money? Because you want to fight? Or is this fuck your brother type stuff?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we talked about this before. I thought the move was going to be that Maul went to 68, Mel go to 60, Earl step up to 54.
Yeah. And that's
now,
what should have been it.
Mel is talking about he coming back to 54.
For what? You know, you already was in the undisputed there. You know, you just got through fighting Canelo at 68. Why are you not going to 60? Why would you want to plug it up like that, knowing that Earl already can't make 47? He already talked about going to 54. Why would you, you know? So you already creating some static right there. So and then Earl and Ben said, hey man, I fight it and the money right. And that's true. So maybe after that, maybe that's what it's all about. You know, if Earl get the win, then he'll move his butt on the 160 like he posted did. You know, and go up there and get some of that Laurel smoke. You know, because it's up there waiting for somebody. That man needs a big fight, man. He been doing too well, man. For this guy here, man. I mean, man, I like to see it.
Hold on.
What's this?
Hold on. As Mary said, they concluded that it was a false positive with McGee. A false positive. Wow. Now, listen to this. I would probably go a little bit on that. But guess what? Yeah. I can't. Because he's tied to Eddie Reynoso. And we've known numerous fighters from Eddie Reynoso's camp to test positive for something.
Yeah, too many.
Canelo blamed it on the meat in Mexico.
And then they said, well, we're gonna raise the limit. we ain't gonna abandon it, even though he can get meat from anywhere. We're just gonna raise the level so that we can make it, you know, make the levels.
Right.
Man.
You're right. The WBC raised the level of the shit. Well, you can have a little bit of it, but you can't have that.
And then after they did that, all of a sudden he never ran out of gas in late in the rounds no more, because Canelo had that problem early in his career. Then all of a sudden that went away. You know, stuff like that people, you know, don't pay attention to because it's enough money and everybody getting a piece of the money. They don't want to talk about that, you know. So I don't know.
Your boy Lunatic put in the chat. Laura beat Spence and Charlo. Wow.
Hey, well, I mean, hey, man, he's been on the road, man. It very well could be that way, but you know, we got to get him in the ring, and those fights should happen. And I think, like he said, they're trying to be relevant. Yeah, it makes sense. But think about it though. Them two fighting each other is probably the biggest fight at 154 anyway. I mean, name me two other fighters at 154 fighting each other. That's a bigger fight. I mean, they got Dallas Stadium. They fill that thing up like going nobody. Man, that's crazy. So, you know, you can come in with a bang, and then okay, say the loser is Charlo. Charlo go to 160. Okay, now Earl is running through 54 now. You see, maybe that's their way of you know, shaking up the jam, because we haven't heard from Jamal. I don't know what Jamal is going to do next. You know, I mean, he came out, he had a fight, he looked half decent. But he should have been more active now. He should be fighting somebody else again before the end of the year. Fight somebody that, not the beginning, the middle of the year. Keep it going. You can't just come out there and just do a little bit then disappear for long periods of time. You either in or you out. Because the more you get out, man, it ain't gonna be there for you. It gonna be
Right.
there.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah, time ticking down, man. We got a nice card coming up in November.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next month we got Boots fighting, I believe next month.
Boots. We got Devin Haney next month. No, that's not next month. That's November. What is it?
Devin
Next month's
in
October.
November.
Yeah, it's October next.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to get my months right.
We got on that card too. We got David Benavidez and Yardy, right?
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be one knockdown, drag out of a damn fight, man. That's gonna be a great fight, man. And damn, I wish both of them guys will. That's a hell of a fight. It really is.
October. I know what we got. October, we got Cool Boy Steph.
Yeah. They're on the same card.
Yeah,
and
Cool Boy Steph and
Shaqy.
Shaqy Foster.
Shaqy Foster. Yeah, buddy. That's a good one. Both of them is good. Oh man, them some.
Who else on that card?
Up to now, that's the only two I know of. I had to see who's on the undercard. Yeah, man, but that's enough for me. I got my juices. I'm ready for that one. Yes, sir. What's that? Lunatic Libertarian says Fundora versus Makhachev. Yeah, but that fight ain't gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Fundora got Fundora.
I thought Fundora was fighting Thurman, bro. What are you talking about?
He is. Well, I was saying what could be the top. What could be a bigger fight than Earl and
okay.
Charlo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know if that fight is bigger than that because both of them fan bases they not known like them guys. Fundora is a bad boy though. I mean, Makhachev is too though, but he don't have the following like that, And I think, shoot, man, everybody is avoiding him. Everybody is after he beat up Zeus.
See, that's so okay. Hold on. So you said who was a bigger fighter 54?
Yeah, what was bigger than
Besides
Earl versus
Earl Spence
Jamel
and Jamel Charlo? Damn.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest fight.
Fundora got one title.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The whole team tested positive due to tainted farm injected.
The whole soccer team.
Hey, Miss Mary. Okay. That's the same thing Canelo said. Canelo said it was tainted beef.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had tainted beef.
Mm-hmm.
But then I remember too, the Charlo, he said, hey, I go to Mexico all the time. I eat tacos. I ain't never tested positive for nothing.
you know? Hey, they don't want to keep it real, see? They don't want to keep it real.
He eat steak over there. He ain't never tested positive for nothing.
He said he don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, but they did that, man. I mean, that right there. Then the franchise title. Remember that? Anybody remember that franchise title? Ooh,
yeah.
Just came in and landed just when Canelo needed a way out of an ass whooping.
Yeah.
And
what's your take? Turkey said him and Dana White was not going to allow Maurice Marucion, the WBC president, Sulaiman, to get in the ring after the fight and hand him whatever he handled.
Ooh, see. Yeah, ooh, they man, they trying to get in bad with the WBC, huh? I hope Turkey didn't do that because of Dana White. Cause I'm still trying to I'm watching him, man. I don't trust him whatsoever. Because he set up the UFC like the NCAA did in college sports, man. They just he run them like slaves, man. He making all the money, and them guys is out there taking all the lumps and bumps and bruises, and they getting pennies on the dollar. I don't respect that. And all this stuff about he's the best promoter, no, it's not. Nah, not at all. Best promoter taking care of his fighters. Like
Right.
Al Heyman. All his guys, they ain't screaming about no money. All got investments. Look at Danny Garcia. He like he's gonna go into his own little small little boxing promotion he got going on. He got a fight card coming up here pretty soon too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Matter of fact, he's having his farewell fight too. His last fight.
Yep.
On his card.
Yep. See that? He the top dog. Yes, sir. See, them guys are gonna be all right. You see them cats, man. And that's what you want. You want all your fighters to be taken care of for life, not getting their older age and they can't take care of their family, they can't take care of themselves, they got health issues, memory loss. Boxing it takes a lot out you. Not everybody can do it, and the people that do it need to be taken care of, man. And it's just it's a shame that when you get somebody like Dana White, now he good to go. He'll never have to worry about nothing, but he ain't never took no punches either. It still don't make no sense, man.
And see, that's one of the key things, man. And I mean, I know it might not have been the perfect time, but for Sean to ask him the question that he asked him, because for what I seen, it's putting a cap on fighters. Yeah. So if you're not what they consider a top 5 fighter, you won't even be making $100,000.
Crazy.
For you, that's crazy. And for you to be a top 5 fighter, they capping you somewhere around $500,000.
Mm-hmm. Now, why would anybody want to be a UFC fighter? I don't get it. I wouldn't. I go right past that sucker to the boxing gym. Sir Ken says you better not trust Dana White. His wife sleeps with her purse under her pillow. She got a big ass pillow.
Hey, hey, no,
all that money, man.
Because if you look at what UFC fighters get paid, and then what the money that's made off of these shows, I mean, you right, bro. It's robbery, like, and
yeah,
this is one thing that like I'm repeating myself once again, that I was glad that Canelo said to Max Kellerman, like, boxing gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Ain't no comparison.
So we can't. It's gonna be funny, bro, because they saying these is about to be the last pay-per-view fights that's coming up on that November card. From there after that, it's supposed to be all on the zone or whatever. A fight's gonna be free, whatever.
Well, that's PBC. PBC still gonna be pay-per-view,
right? But
I think PBC need to get their own channel, man. They just need to get their own channel and put their stuff on there like that, and don't make it pay-per-view no more, and people will watch it.
Well, they posted teamed up with Prime.
Amazon. Yeah, but they're saying that if you notice, they ain't had a lot of fights this year, so something's going on with that. And then I don't know what's going on with Al Heyman, man. I know he wasn't doing well, but When it comes to the PBC, man, I don't know nothing. I don't know what's happening there at all. You know, I don't know. And then what's
Well,
Top Rank doing? Because I heard Top Rank was going to have to come over there too. And then I heard that
well,
they were supposed to work together. And then now we're not hearing that no more. So
well, Top Rank. What I do know is Top Rank and ESPN split ways, and Top Rank was supposed to be now they fight supposed to be broadcast on the Zone,
yeah,
but they probably was also looking for partners too. You know what I mean, to make fights because that wouldn't be bad for Bob and Al Heyman to team up and partner up because the fighters that Bob got, the fighters that Al got, hey, they can make some different. They can make some different
yeah,
decent fights, bro, without
that,
Turkey and other guys involved.
yeah, and that's American boxing. Is those guys, I guess you can talk about Oscar De La Hoya, but I think he sucks as a promoter, man. The only thing he's ever done was get Canelo that first deal with the Zone, which was, you got to take your hat off to him, all that money. But then he couldn't even do that right, man. He got the guy $40 million a fight, and then he skimmed off the top, gave the man 35 and kept 5 just so he could throw undercards. And then Canelo finds out about it. Well, he could have just been up front and said, hey, look, Canelo, let's work a little side deal, man. How about they want to give you 40? Go ahead, take 35, invest 5 over here. Then we split this on this end or something like that and get you into the, there. He could, if he would have been honest with him, I think, especially at that time, I think Canelo would have went with it because they was riding on that Mexican thing. We Mexican brothers, just like Mike Tyson and Don King was doing back in the day, and
Right.
and then when he realized that he screwed him, he got the hell away from him. But you got to give him credit. He was the one that got the big money deal for him at $300 million, 300 something million, I think it was at the time. And I think from that time on, that's where it kind of went down for Canelo to me, because Canelo at that time was a different Canelo. Yeah.
Did you say why would Max even say something? You notice that boxing isn't as popular.
Yeah, boxing isn't as popular as it used to be. Man, get on with me with that foolishness, man. Why they let him back in the door anyway? Anybody miss no damn Max Kellerman? Who is it that said Max know a whole lot about boxing anyway?
Hey, this was funny because I was in some different boxing groups, and a person said that too, was like, man, man, where the hell Max Kellerman been at? And I'm like, damn, ever since the little thing with ESPN, and I'm like, man, I know Max Kellerman ain't really been around. And sure enough, a fight like this, they bring old Max on out. But I understand it because if I'm on the business side of it, you got a guy that can sit up here with the gift of gab. Yeah. And he can praise and down praise you at the same sentence.
Yeah, he's something else, man.
Yes.
But they but it's certain fan bases that liked him. The HBO days, and we know what the HBO days meant for black fighters and what we went through with that. The whole reason being why Floyd had to leave HBO to go to Showtime, which should have never happened when he was the top dog, but he couldn't get no respect over there, so he had to let it be known. Then they get upset about that, and then they started looking for an Eastern European fighter that they couldn't find, and they was hoping that Triple G was going to be the one, but then he wouldn't fight nobody. So it's like,
right.
They tried to force a narrative and create something that wasn't there. The Eastern Europeans, they're the ones. Well, there's been some pretty good Eastern European fighters. I better Biev. You got Molotov and shit, that other cat, man. A couple of them there here and there and everything, but they're not dominating the sport the way that these guys was trying to make it out to be. They wanted Chocolatito to be the baddest man, and Chocolatito got knocked smooth fuck out. They got their feelings hurt. They didn't want that no more. What they didn't want they didn't want a brother to be in there with the title, and that's that's kind of sad, man. Because if you have appreciation for a sport and the skill level of the sport, then whoever is good with the skill level of the sport should be at the forefront. You know, they want to make it where they say Mexican style. Well, how does it become Mexican style? Because Canelo and all them guys fight just like Joe Louis used to fight back in the day. All those fighters back then used to fight like that. They wasn't Mexican. So how the hell it
Right.
become Mexican? How it become Mexican style all of a sudden? Just because y'all say y'all fight that, oh, it's Mexican style
I
now.
agree.
It's Mexican
I
style.
agree.
I'm like,
I agree.
the hell you mean? Look at the line of champions. Who got more champions? I had this conversation with a rabid Mexican dude, man. Yeah, he was cool, but I couldn't let him talk what he was talking. I had to let him know. Look here, bro. Let's break this down. How many people is in the nation of Mexico? They about 150 million people. Yeah, okay. In America, there's 50 million morenos, or whatever y'all want to call us, right? Okay, it's a smaller pool. In Mexico, they got a boxing gym on every damn corner in Mexico.
Right.
In America, it ain't that way. Where I grew up there was no boxing gym where I grew up at. You had to go into the city. So it wasn't as accessible. We had other sports that was number one to us. Boxing was rated higher to Mexico. So you have more fighters. But when you look at all-time greats, where are all these brothers coming from? Because if you line them up next to all the great Mexican champions, and there have been a lot of great Mexican champions, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to pop on no thing, but we're gonna keep the facts and put the facts out here. You know what I'm saying? Because the man told something to me and it got me hot. Man, we the best. I said, oh no, bro. You ain't putting that down here today. You gonna have to address this question. If that's be the case, if you can address that adequately, I give you your props. But you can't. Because we not only got into this sport, we innovated it. We took boxing from that into what we can produce a Muhammad Ali, a Sugar Ray Robinson, a Sugar Ray Leonard, and so forth, where guys was doing different things, hitting and not getting hit, where they standing there like this, feet to feet, toe to toe, boom, 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 boom. Okay, this is monotonous after a while. Where's the skill at? You see, what's the difference between that and bare knuckle fight? Same thing. But we evolved from that. But what y'all saying is y'all want to turn it back to that old stuff. But let's be real about it. Y'all not the only ones that fight that way. Shit, what the heck? What was Marvin Hagler doing? What was Mike Tyson doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, let's just keep it a buck. That's all I'm saying. They got a great tradition. They got great fighters all up and down the board. A lot of them as my personal favorites. But the fact of the matter is, we've done more with less in this sport. Anybody, and you can't account when you talk about American fighters, you're not talking about nobody but us. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. How this get to be Mexican style? They just take it over like, yeah, we the tough guys. Shoot, man.
You're right. You're right.
I can't let them take it from us, man. I can't let them do it. You gotta earn that. You gotta earn it.
Because remember, that was one of the key things in Canelo and Triple G won. Amber Sanchez said that Triple G was going to fight Mexican style.
Sure did.
And Eddie Reynoso and them was like, he didn't fight Mexican style. And I'm like, man, hold on. Listen, when did boxing come to the point where I give you my blueprint on how I'm going to fight you?
Yeah. Yeah. And you fight me the same way I'm going to fight you.
I mean, and you had so many people, bro. You had so many people that was like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But it's like, why would I tell you my game plan?
Yeah.
Why would I sit up here and tell you in the world my game plan before the fight?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can sit up here and tell you I'm gonna come out here and fight you Mexican style. And I can come out there and just straight out box. Cuban style.
There you go.
What difference does it matter?
Yeah.
I am not here as a fighter. A fighter is not there to tell the press or anyone what the hell their game plan is.
Exactly. And then you have attributes. And that's the thing that plays the biggest part. Now, just like Canelo, his attributes are what makes him special. So the style that he fights highlights that. That's why it's good for him. It wouldn't be good for him to move around the ring because his feet suck. That's not good. But if you get a guy that can do that, okay, you also have a couple other advantages. Safety, that fight is going to be safety because he's not going to get hit as much. He's going to be able to evade. When you fighting this so-called Mexican style, it's toe-to-toe like this right here, straight up. You in my punching range and I'm in your punching range, and we're going to trade. You might miss one or two here, but if I'm fighting, I'm sending 4 and 5 and you sending 4 and 5, we both going to land 2 or 3, and then later on, if you have a lot of fights, now who has a chance of being more punch drunk? A guy who done took all them damn punches as opposed to a guy who was evading them and counter, which is what the whole purpose of boxing is to be, is to hit and not get hit. That's where the skill comes in. And that's where all of the when they talking about levels and skills, this is why Canelo is not on the level of Terence Crawford. But he has the attributes. He has to make that fight about attributes. He has to get him in line, get him in his sights, get his foot right, shoot his shots, and then you can see the greatness. But if he can't do that, he in no man's land. We saw it with Bivol. He was backing up and telling Bivol, come this way. Come, huh? You're a come forward fighter. He had totally lost the plot. He didn't know what he was doing at that point. I knew right there that fight over. He lost. He's not coming back. And he didn't. Because he beat him out his own game. He beat him out of it. Man, the lunatic libertarian said Mexicans block punches with their face. Well, all fighters do at some point, but the whole purpose is to not do that. The skillful guy that when they're throwing punches, they evading them, they slipping them, they sliding them, they parrying, they not taking those punches. But if you in that danger zone as they is, it's harder not to get hit. And they say, I don't care where you are from or what color you are. It's all based on the individual and the attributes which creates their style. Exactly. That's well said. That's exactly what I was basically what I was trying to say. Exactly. You're absolutely right. That is absolutely right, man. And that's how you tell when you get a young guy in there and you see what he got first. He'll show you, okay, well, he got a little power. Okay, boop, boop, he move a little bit, or wait a minute, his feet terrible. He can't move too good. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to show him how to do like this. This is going to make it better for him out there. You're a father with your son, and you see that he a little goofy with his hands and his feet ain't too. Okay, hold on. Do like this. Stand like this. Make sure this. Do this. Look out. This. Stuff like that. So you basically programming a guy. That's why I like trainers that are with the fighters. That when the fighters go out there and they go out there in the round and they doing whatever they got to do for whatever you train because you done prepared them for it. They go out there, if they're doing that, then they come back, you get the reaffirmation. Hey, man, you did great that round. I like what you do this here, but look, he's trying to do like this now. Watch out for this right here. Do like, keep hand here, step to the right. Look, watch out for the right. Whatever. And they keep him, that way he don't even have to think between rounds, because what you seeing, that's like in football, the eye in the sky don't lie, and every time you come back, you have something for them. So, okay, now when you like this, now I want you to double up on the jab now. I want you to do this. Work your levels a little bit more this round. Do like it. Give him something different so that by the end of the fight, he done worked out so many things, And one thing I give Bud credit for, he made a statement on his documentary a couple years ago where he was saying that I don't train for my opponents. He says, I train on my weaknesses. If I'm not good on this and that, I train on that. And so that overall makes them stronger across the board. And I'm saying, damn, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. That's how he got to that path. So hey, man, that's awesome. Lunatic Libertarian said, can't super chat. Not yet. You're getting there, brother. You're getting there.
I get that taken care of. We gonna get that taken care of.
Yeah, because you should be eligible now. Yeah, man. So where does boring come on in? I don't want to see someone run around the ring nonstop. That's a yeah. But see, that's the difference. No, we're not talking about just running around to be running around. See, that's what you're going to see tonight in this Bud fight. Bud ain't just going to run around to be running around aimlessly. Some fighters do that because they're not at their IQ ain't there yet. But if you look at the greats like Sugar Ray, Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones, hell, James Toney, them guys like that, they give you just a little bit here and there, just to change things. They talk all the time about Bud being a switch hitter, working the angles. That's all this is about. Geometry is big in boxing. If you can work that, that'll keep you in this position where you can hit a guy and a guy can't hit you back. Because if you're not standing in front of him, maybe you off to the right a little bit. And because you off to the right a little bit, his hands ain't gonna reach. But if you got longer arms like Bud does, you might can afford to be off to the right a little bit and throw that same jab and land him square every time. And then you pop him here, and you turn the guy, and you can step around him. But you're not doing all that running. You see, it's in tight. So it's you hear people say, "What about the running?" Or like what Skull did the last fight. Skull was just running around. Didn't nobody know Skull? Skull wasn't supposed to be in that ring no way. How Skull lasted all them rounds and didn't get knocked out, and nobody got upset with Canelo, man, is beyond me. Because if he had got in the ring with anybody that was great in the past years, they would have thought it an insult that guy could even go them many rounds with him. But Canelo, he knew that he had it so good that he just sat back and let that guy run, and he didn't even worry about chasing him. And they gave him the win.
Hey, I done said it numerous times, bro. Canelo cutoff is not that good.
Yeah.
He don't cut the ring off, bro. So movement is his killer, is his kryptonite.
Yeah. And see that
because he's flat-footed.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to point out earlier when I was talking about that lady that was on the that was talking on the documentary on Netflix. She said that Floyd fought Canelo now because he knew if he waited, he would beat him. Well, if you go back and look at their fight, when Floyd was 36 years old, he was 23. That Canelo was way more athletic than that Canelo today. This Canelo today can't do none of that shit that young dude used to do there. That Canelo right there, I was like, damn, who was this dude, man? This dude is like this. He was like that. I get a man his props. But he can't do that now. So what would make you think that he's at that time there at the best athletic that he was? He didn't get better athletically. But you're saying that he was going to beat a guy who was athletic if he waited another year or two. And remind you, Canelo begged for this fight. He was always on the undercard of him. Floyd was the one that gave him the blessing to make him the man. Not because he beat him. You see what I'm saying? But he was willing to do that. But then you don't turn around and do the same thing for David Benavidez. That's just not cool to me, man. It's some things that just ain't right, need to be right in boxing. And that's all. And that's why we have these shows and we give our opinion on things,
Okay. Now listen to this. I'm glad you just said that. But can it be I want to word this right, bro. You just said he didn't turn around and give it to David Benavidez. You said Floyd passed the torch to him.
Yeah.
And he's not passing the torch to David Benavidez.
Yeah. Yeah.
But can we say he's passing the torch to Terrence Crawford?
Well, I guess if Bud wins. Yeah, if Bud wins.
Because we never thought of this fight. We never thought of this fight. 2 years ago, it was signed, sealed, and deal. What we thought was Earl Spence fights Terrence Crawford, supposedly wins, sets up fight for Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. And immaculately, Bud goes in the ring, Bud stops. Earl Spence.
Drops EJ, yeah.
2 years later,
He
he's
got
the man,
mm-hmm.
and he's got this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand you saying that Canelo didn't pass the torch to Benavidez, and I definitely am an advocate for David Benavidez fighting Canelo. But is Canelo passing the torch to Bud if Bud wins tonight?
I think he's doing it by default. And the reason I say that because Bivol already beat him, but he didn't get nothing with that. It's like boxing turned their back on him after he beat him. And that was shameful because the guy deserved it because nobody, most people was thinking that he was going to beat Bivol, and Bivol won and was very impressive. He should have got some of that. This right here, because Bud is now getting the clout and he's got the record, he's got the accolades. So now if he beats him in this fight when everybody felt like he was too small and he ain't this and that and Canelo's going to do this, it's almost like if Bud wins, he gets it by default, basically. I mean, how can you deny it to him if he's going to be 3-time undisputed in 3 different weight classes, 42-0, you know what I'm saying? All these knockouts. I mean, how could you argue against it at that point? I think at that point he would transcend everything, and it wouldn't be anything that formally is done. I mean, they paying this man $150 million to get in the ring with him. You know,
I can't believe it.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I cannot believe that a superstar, no matter what Bud was before, he's a superstar now. He's a superstar now.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to waste too much time on this, bro. But didn't him and Earl Spence make $25 million apiece fighting each other, bro?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
So how can you sit up there and offer a man like this not even 10%?
I think it was just more of Bud really was just trying to achieve this thing, because if he achieves this, they can't nobody take his name off the history books for nothing because he's going to be eternal, and that's admirable to have that, as a goal. He don't really have nothing to lose. If he lose, most people are gonna say, "Oh well, he lost," but they're not gonna be like, "Oh well, man, he just a bum. He should have never got in the ring." It's not gonna be that way for him. So he kind of lucky there. But if he wins, it's a hell of an upside. It's a hell of an upside. And shit, man, I didn't think he was gonna beat EJ, so that's why I'm like, I can see the guy stronger than I thought. Craftier, and then he works those angles so well, and that's something that those things that helped him in that fight can help him in this fight as well. But I know Canelo came in a little lighter this fight, so that means to tell me that he's conscious of his feet and he's gonna want to showcase them. Well, okay, but how long you gonna be able to do that?
Right.
You ain't got 23-year-old legs no more. So I don't know. Those are the things that we have to see in the fight tonight that really give us the summation of what really is happening, between these two guys. But it's definitely got my ears up, and people are excited. They got me excited for it because I wasn't at first. I wasn't, but hey, man, I'm ready tonight. Yeah, gonna get the popcorn ready.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
We ain't gonna be here all day. Okay. Say you're Bud, you in Bud's corner. Y'all win tonight. If you're in Bud's corner, or if you're Bud's advisor, and say Bud comes out of here with no damage, no damage really. What would you suggest Bud do next?
Man.
And I add a little more seasoning to that. And the reason why I say that is because Bud turns 38 in a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean, do you go down to 54 and keep fighting?
Nah, I don't think you go down.
Or do you stay at 68 and rematch? Or do you walk away from the game? As in most people's minds, top 5 ever.
Man. Yeah, I think he only got 2 choices in that, and part of it would depend on Canelo if he won, and that was the case, because you don't want to go back down. Look what happened to Roy Jones when he went all the way to heavyweight and came back down, and that difference between him and Antonio Tarver was this much. They both threw the same punch, but his punch was just that little bit off that gave the other guy the edge that put him to sleep. And that's only because of that going up and down. You can't do too much of that. And then at that age, and then, I mean, what really else would you have to really fight for? But if Canelo wanted a rematch, I could see maybe entertaining it out of the fact that now you can get that big bag. They can't give you $10 million for the rematch at that point. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, well, Canelo, you want this rematch, you're going to have to be the B side for this because, I beat you. And the way that you're saying that he wins, if he wins convincingly like that, then I mean, how can you not? You can't turn that down. But I wouldn't go back down. I would. But if he went back down, maybe 160 to fight Laura. I don't know.
Okay.
But dang, man, that's something to see, man. Hopefully we can get to that. We'll get to that point, and we have to think about that because that would be interesting. And then
Sir Ken, look what Sir Ken said. Sir Ken said he waiting to see if a fight break out in the audience. Hey, I seen footage of, I think it was a fight last night in the audience at the ceremonial weigh-ins.
What, man? Hey, they're gonna be talking they trash. That's for sure. And it might be some sore losers at the end, depending on what happened, Man. Oh, Lunatic says if Bud can withstand Canelo's punches, Canelo is cooked. Yeah, that's the other thing. But see, you don't have to weather them either. See, if you're real smart about it, you can take off somebody's power off they punch. If they punching and you leaning back and you just, you taking it, a little bit off, or you getting over and you missing, that stuff like that can help you out too with that. You don't have to take, you don't want to take them solid punches. I wouldn't want to take them anyway from nobody, Yeah, he said similar to Mayweather got 80 million to 100 million when he fought Canelo. Canelo got 12 million max from that fight. Yeah. Yeah, that was, but they worked that thing out, man. It made him that big star. They did that. That's for sure. Even, and then, Floyd Sr. had, when you see them doing that head movement and all that, that's from Floyd Sr. when he went with Oscar De La Hoya. So it's funny how they'll criticize a style, but then there's certain things they do like about it, And I think people should be more open about that in appreciation of the sport, because it's stuff that they do in that style that I like as well as the others. It's not just one way with it, but it depends on the fighter that's fighting the fight, how they should fight it. In my opinion, if I'm training you, I want you to do what you do best. That's going to be what's going to take you to wherever you want to go. But, we can make you better and add things to it. Hey, that's good too,
I feel the boy said, is Canelo overrated in your opinion? In my opinion. Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Because, listen, I still got an asterisk on Canelo's name, bro, for the PEDs. I got an asterisk on his name for the PD that he tested positive, that he was suspended for years ago. And then also, too, the way he did the way he ducked Benavidez and went on this European trip. Like that right there, kind of that was the final straw, bro. Now, if he would have fought David Benavidez after he did the European trip, I would not have been tripping. But he's not fought him, and he's fought only people that he's believed that he can beat. Yeah, and I believe that, man. The man said he wouldn't fight another Mexican. Come on, bro. You got 70 fights and 45 of them is Mexican.
How you gonna be the best fighter if you don't fight a Mexican? I mean, they are among the best fighters in the world, without a doubt. So you definitely got to fight a Mexican. I don't care the fact that you is a Mexican. Hell, that's like, how can Sugar Ray be Sugar Ray if he don't fight Tommy Hearns? If he don't fight Marvin Hagler, Wilfredo Benitez, you got to fight them guys, man. Regardless of where they come back, you got to fight the best ones that's out there. And that's the only fight that I'm asking from Canelo. Just the Benavidez fight. That's it. He do that. Me and him square, man. We square. Because I like, because Benavidez deserves the shot because he's out there grinding. He's doing everything he can do to make a great career out of that, and he should have a shot to be that guy. Been calling him out for the longest, man. Shouldn't nobody be calling you out for 5-10 years and they going undefeated all that time, and somehow you don't call that name, but you're gonna call up John Ryder or Callum Smith and all these guys, and then they try to convince you that these guys was great fighters. I don't buy it. I don't buy that part, man. But he's a good fighter, man. He's probably, in my opinion, probably the third best Mexican fighter of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's highly that's a high rank. That's a high rank.
Yeah. I can't shit on him. I just don't like some of his movements. That's all.
Lunacy said they said Duran was too old and too small versus Iran Barkley.
Ooh, good one. Ooh, good one. Damn, you right about that, man. I could not believe Duran won that fight. I could not believe it. Iran was the animal at the time. Iran Barkley was, man, he beat Tommy Hearns.
Right.
It also tells you about the triangle theory. Tommy Hearns knocks Roberto Duran out in two rounds. And then he goes out here and fights this guy, knocks him out. Then he turns around and he stops Iran Barkley. I mean, but that shows you, though, Duran was smarter. He wasn't just a brawler. He could box you too. See, and that's the thing I'm saying. Man, Duran was a bad boy. Yeah, this ain't no doubt about that. He's a bad boy, man, no doubt. But that was probably his finest hour in his oldest age. He been fighting for so many years up to that point, and then to fight this guy young, up and coming in his prime, and like that, and to beat him like that just shows you it's more to it. And Iran Barkley at that time, that's what's him. He's the brawler. He's going in, cutting in close. He's trying to chop you down. You see, that is an absolute 100% a comparison to the fight tonight. It really is. Wow. Because he was the older fighter, and Iran Barkley had been doing business, and people was like, man, they wasn't really trying to jump out to fight him. And he went out there and schooled him. And that could wow, man. Lunatic libertarian, man. You might be calling up some what they call that when history repeats itself. It could be possible, man, because that happened, and that was, man. Duran, he fought a beautiful fight that night. He really did, man. That was awesome. Iran Barkley ain't know what the hell. See, that's that young buck stuff. He ain't know. He believed in his attributes more than his skill level, and the skill is what came back and got him. Duran came up from lightweight to do what in his career? I would put Bud next to Roberto Duran if he wins. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing about it, though, Roberto Duran had a lot more big major fights over talented guys over the years. Bud don't have as many wins like that. I don't know if you put him over Roberto Duran. The one thing he would have if he won is the 3 undisputeds. Now that might give you cause to say something like that. But if I had to judge him fight for fight from lightweight all the way up, I don't know, man. Roberto Duran fought a lot of big guys, big names, great fighters from
Well,
all
this
different them weight class. So that's the only thing.
Miss Mary talking about Roy Jones tested positive. Well, I mean, Roy Jones tested positive. Sugar Shane Mosley tested positive. I mean, it's a few guys that tested positive.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Holyfield did too.
yeah. So I mean, I hold I put asterisks against them guys' names too, man.
Mhm,
I put
mhm.
asterisks against them guys' names too.
But the thing that highlights it the most, though, you got to understand is the fact that the WBC changed the rule to accommodate it. That's where the difference lies. Those
Right.
guys, when they popped, they had to pay for what they did. Did nobody change no rules and
Brutal
and
all.
and bow to what they had done to make it easier for them to keep doing it. You see that's the difference in this one. You have a point, but that's the only thing that keeps it from being exact is the fact
And
that
hey,
they changed it.
and there's numerous guys who's had the WBC title that Maurice did not suspend and let them keep their title and still fight.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, do you think we would have had that privilege?
And see, and that's why I say, and that's what kind of turned me away from Canelo some is because all of the stuff that the people on top of boxing just give to him that no other fighter has got. You know, just you're gonna change it to accommodate him, like, as if he's bigger than the sport. Instead of the rules of the sport should be the rules of the sport all the way around. Everybody follow. But when you change that, you come up with the franchise title. You say he announces he wants to go for undisputed. The very exact moment that
Benavidez
Benavidez loses his title, not against a challenger,
on the scale.
on undefeated at 168, two-time champion, ain't been beat. How can you be undisputed if you don't fight that guy? He's the one guy at 168 you ain't fought. There is a dispute to your undisputed, and that's the thing. He need to clear that blemish off. He beats him with the 168 undisputed, then he clears that up. He undisputed in my book. But up until then, no, I can't give it to him, man.
And
Everybody had to fight.
whatever
Mhm.
happened to that franchise title? You don't even hear about it no more. He had it, Lomachenko had it, and
Mhm.
Tio had it.
Yeah, when Lomachenko.
Because Tio Poser had got it from
Mhm.
Lomachenko.
Mhm. You wasn't supposed to be able to pass it off either when it first came out, but somehow it worked in that category. You know.
So I got a question. Is that the Ring magazine that Tio got?
Yeah, he got the ring. Yeah,
No,
and they're
I know
trying to make that
he got the
exclusive.
ring in the WBO, but
Mhm.
so whatever happened to Tio's franchise title? Whatever happened to Canelo's franchise title?
Well, when he lost to the Australian cat, it went away. It was no more. I guess they didn't want him to have it. Hey man, they stopped talking about it. And it just went away very silently, and it just gone. They didn't need him. They didn't need him to duck nobody no more. I guess at that point,
Right.
man.
Sure.
Autism Boy says, "Yeah, I view Canelo as overrated also."
Okay, that's what's
Man,
up. That's what's up.
yeah,
I'm glad we're on the same page. On the same page.
let's see. Lunatic, libertarian. Any fighter that doesn't perform off a natural food diet takes performance enhancing supplements. You still cheat. Yeah, yeah. They technically, I guess you could call it so. But that's why you have the VADA and USADA and all that, to run the checks. And then and it just kills me how they allow a couple fighters to fight anyway, even after popping dirty, or they say, oh well, it was tainted, but they don't explain to you how it was tainted. How did it get tainted in your possession? If you're the testing agency, you're responsible for making sure the test is clean. You took two samples, but you didn't even say that this sample positive, this sample was negative. They never said that. This is what I'm talking about, because that information ain't came out. If that had came out and they had said, well, the A sample tested positive, but the B sample didn't. okay, you might have something to say, but they never explained it. They just said, "Oh well, it was tampered," and they just let it run. And something about that smell wrong to me. What was the guy that they let fight over in the UK, man? With and Shakur beat him. Shoot, he was in Reddy Reynoso's camp too, and they let him fight even though he popped dirty. They didn't even.
Valdez.
There you go. So did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and see, okay,
Hey,
how
Miss
did?
Mary, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure
Yes,
everybody
indeed.
in the chat, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe, share, please.
Yes, do. We definitely appreciate your support. And look out for us every Saturday. You know, we try to come back and do it again. I know we missed the last 2 weeks, but you know, we be there. We lurking, we round. We'll be
Canelo
back
been
like the
here for a
Terminator.
while he in.
Faithful. Well, here's the thing about that too. But Canelo got banned for a while. How did he
He got
not pay for it?
6 month suspension.
Yeah,
A 6 months.
he
That's
wasn't
all.
gonna he wasn't
He
gonna
wasn't gonna
fight in them
fight.
6 months anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
so that was like nothing. That's like Ryan Garcia with the year suspension. He wasn't gonna fight no way. So it's like a go over there and take a vacation.
Right.
Said I'm not talking tests and levels to be rigged to a standard created by the cheetah in Victor Conti. Yeah, everybody is on Victor, man, but Victor don't work for Vada anymore. You know, when they first started out, you know, he was helping to get it established, type of thing to help them know what to look for and stuff like that. But you know, I think that has really been blown over and over. So I don't know. Is there anything to it? I don't think we can really say so.
Right.
You know, he said I spar dudes that took pre-workout and then spar. Okay. Yes, you don't think you fighting, man. All right, all right. Let
That's
us
what's
know.
up.
Let us know when you out there, man, and where you at, man. If you're nearby, man, we roll up.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
Hey, so let's get your final thoughts, man. Come to an
Oh,
end. We about almost almost 6 o'clock Eastern time.
oh yeah, I got to run and get the snacks and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna kind of wrap this up. I appreciate everybody coming out to the show.
Yes.
Everybody that was in the chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, uh,
Share the video. Share the video out. Spread the
share the
word about
video,
us. You know,
and let
support
them
the
know
channel.
that
We appreciate you.
let them know we here every Saturday. This we out here talking boxing, man. Come up and Lunatic, yeah, I'm gonna get that super chat and everything together, man. Black, this is my man Black Star Sports TV, man. Tell them what you got to tell them, bro.
Man, everybody check out them fights tonight, but pay attention to the undercard fight with Christian Mbelly and Lester Martinez. That might be a bomb burner right there. It looks like that's a good mixed style and everything, man. And Christian Mbelly may be the next opponent for Canelo if Canelo wins. So keep your eye on that. Uh, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Uh, save the video, share the video out. Subscribe, look out for us on Saturday. Come on through and chop it up with us again, because that's what we do.
Let me see. Miss Mary said, "Yep, Haney and Ryan they were calling for the investigation with Boxing Commission for people quite shortly after." Yeah, I mean, but hey, you can. Hey, if the guy tested positive, he tested positive, man.
Three
You can't blame Haney for that. And then
three different tests.
especially at the with how Ryan looked in his performance right after that fight. Yeah.
He failed three
Miss
tests.
Miss Mary, you gotta let me know next week that you think that was okay.
Yeah, yeah. They keep getting on Victor about Vada. He don't have nothing to do with Vada anymore.
Yeah, he got the snack program.
Yeah, he got nothing to do with Vada. He was only instrumental in when they were setting it up for the sport of boxing because, as you know, the WBC has a clean boxing program where they require all the WBC fighters to enter into the Vada. What that was, he was setting them up to help them come up with methods to test all of the stuff that and ways to hide and stuff to increase their knowledge and help them assist them bring up a system like that. And since then, he's not anything to do with Vada. I know Ryan Garcia, he done blamed everybody in the world for his, but he failed 2 VADA tests and he failed the New York State Athletic Commission test. So he just need to go on and be a man and take accountability for what he did. It's obvious that's what he did. I mean, you could see it. You look at that fight and you look at all his others. He was not the same.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna keep y'all up. I appreciate everybody for coming out, man. This is my man Black Star Sports TV. Follow him on all social medias, even his YouTube channel too, man. We about to get that back popping too. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Lunatic, Miss Mary, everybody that was in the super chat, Big Ken, Big Ken, Bruce Gas, everybody was. Yeah, Autism Boy, everybody that was in the chat. Everybody's in the chat. It was quite a few people in the chat today. Quite a few people in the chat.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate every one of y'all.
And we'll be back here next week. Give me your final thoughts on tonight's fight, main card. Canelo versus Crawford. What you got? What's your predictions?
I'm going to go with Bud by decision. And the reason I think I lean that way is the fact that in his eyes, it looked like he's really focused on really achieving that goal. And for taking less money and working out the way that he does, lets me know that his heart and his effort was into it. So he's going to give it a good go. Win or lose, but I had to root for a guy like that because he's up against it this week for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes. Ms. Mary said, enjoy the fight, everyone. May the best man win. Yes, sir. Lunatic said I got Bud 11th round KO. He got 200 on it at plus 875.
He got the money on it, man.
Hey.
He got big money down, man. But he putting in the win big though.
Right. I appreciate everybody for coming out, man. This is your boy Basement Boxing Talk. Subscribe, like, share. Hey, hit me on Instagram, all social medias, Basement Boxing Talk. We'll be here next Saturday, chopping it up, and we'll be talking about the aftermath of the Bud Canelo fight. I appreciate everybody for coming out. It's your boy Basement. We out. Peace.
Peace.